Hi guys, hi and welcome to the stream, this live review of the DC crossover Arrow, Flash and Supergirl. So I really wanted to do this and I'm really happy that I can do this live. I do want to, make recorded videos as before, but it's just that the last one that was like about 40 minutes and I put my heart and soul into edited it was just deleted when my computer decided to go, to die, basically. So yeah, so from now on, I don't know, maybe I'm just gonna continue with the streams and that way I can discuss everything with you guys and bring you videos a lot faster than usual. So let me just check how you can hear me, as always, since this is live, and I'm continuing right away with this review. From now on, okay, perfect. So yeah, guys, Supergirl, Flash, Arrow. I completely stopped watching those shows, and the reason why is just because I don't have time. That's the first reason, and the second reason is because they became extremely cheesy, lame, and they just, well, you could say that they're trying to, uh, I don't want to use this word, but kind of try to f with our intelligence at times, especially some episodes of Supergirl. And Supergirl used to be my favorite show. Hi, Teko. So yeah, sometimes these really stupid things happen that you're supposed to believe that that's the only way that they can happen, but in reality, there's a lot more obvious things and a lot more smart things that can happen. Those, all of that. I mean, is like so common on all of these shows. And Arrow used to be the best one. When it started, it used to be very serious. It used to be very, well, not stupid. I mean, everything that was happening kind of, made sense. You were not sitting here like hitting your forehead, like, am I stupid? Am I stupid? Or show is so stupid. But that became like the default of all of them, and the Flash is actually even more guilty of that. It's just so stupid all the time. And now I'm gonna get to the crossover in a minute. So I haven't seen Hank Griffin, haven't seen the shows for a while, like Supergirl a season and a half, Flash and Arrow 2. So both shows, not both, the three shows I stopped around the same time, and I stopped to watch Legends of Tomorrow as well. I started watching, that new show Titans. I stopped after the second episode again because I didn't have time, and it was so brutal that I was like even repulsed by it. I was like, okay, I like kicking ass, but this is just like too much. It's like violence for the sake of violence. It's not something that those characters would do in that manner. So I was really disgusted. I didn't feel like I'm watching a superhero show. It was really lame, but in another way. And so, guys, lame is the theme of these three shows, unfortunately. And as you can tell, I love superheroes. Like, I adore them. Hello, Blockage. Hi, Giovanni. Well, this is really old shirt, but I didn't feel I had to dress as Supergirl, particularly for this review. I mean, to put on the whole costume for this. It's kind of loose now, but I don't have any smaller size at the moment that I have to, yeah, I have to make again. Anyways, for that, so I watched all the the crossovers, the previous crossovers. They were very lame again. Like, there's so many good parts, so many bad parts, but the bad, I mean, outweighs the good, unfortunately. Now, this I consider to be the best till now. It's the quality in terms of lines, in terms of acting, in terms of character interactions, and what really happened. It's less lame now, and it's kind of more believable than it was before, as I explained. I have some pictures prepared for this, so we're gonna discuss. Uh, so first episode was Arrow. It wasn't bad, it was really interesting. I was like, okay, pretty cool stuff. Then second one was maybe a bit weaker, and third one was okay. you can say, on the Supergirl episode. But really the same problems. Anyways, I'm gonna get to everything. So now let's start with the different elements of these shows. Oh, hi Vicky. Ah, okay, well, we could just watch the movie, you know? I'm happy that you're here, but how can you watch the movie and write in the same time when you're at the theater? I don't know. Okay, so let's see here. Oh yeah, that's Superman with the book. We're gonna get to that. And I really like how the budget is bigger now. You can clearly tell some of the scenes and fights were bigger. There was one fight between good Superman, evil Superman, and it was like an homage to the Zod and Superman fight from Man of Steel. Of course, the effects and how overall everything looked is very far from the movies, yes, but still for the TV scene and what they did, how they flew, you know, how they fought, how they went through the buildings, it was pretty cool. I really like that. I just couldn't believe, like, wow. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so have to shuffle through those pictures so I can get to everything. Superman. Okay, so Superman. I really love to see Superman in anything because I'm a Superman fan, you know. This black costume was not bad, actually. Was not bad. I mean, he's pretty much the same, if not absolutely the same as his normal costume. Well, this here, you know, that is from New 52 design, which I really, really like. Really, really, it sits very well on him. But this guy here, I mean, this actor, sorry about that. God, so this guy here, I really hate when that happens. Okay. He is not a bad actor, uh, but he's definitely the ugliest Superman that I've ever seen in my life. He's handsome for a guy, for an actor, but he has like crooked teeth. His smile is kind of awkward. It's just not like Superman handsome. You know, Superman handsome is very advanced handsomeness, you can say. And I don't want to spoil anything per se, but I am gonna talk about some elements of the show. So, eh. When I saw that Superman, I was like, ah, cool. Although he was not really Superman, he was other guy that was in his body, so to speak. He played very good evil Superman, just a bit over the top, a bit cheesy that I would prefer. But for what the whole show and the episodes were, it worked. It worked. It wasn't bad. I cannot say it's bad when it's not really bad. You know, it just worked for the show. It will not work at the movie screen. Definitely not. Okay, let's continue with the second thing. And not the second, but I have to get to everything possible. So this guy here, the monitor. Ah, thanks, Circo. Thank you. So this guy here, the monitor. I read a bit about him in the comic books. I've seen how he looks like in the comic books, and they nailed him. Now here, the costume looks a lot better than it looked in the actual show because of all the highlights and everything. I wish that they can somehow make the lighting and the lighting when they film things better to make those costumes look better because they look very cheap. The fabric of everything, it looks so cheap, and this looked like pure plastic. But as a design, it's pretty cool, I have to say. It's pretty damn cool. For a TV show, it's pretty well made. And this actor and overall how he looked, how he played, was spot on, amazing. He's really handsome actor as well. So I really liked him. But how they presented him, I don't really like how I mean, this whole idea, and that's not only a problem of these shows and this crossover, but it's a problem of every freaking American TV show that I ever seen that has similar ideas and concepts. That because this guy is considered like a god compared to us, He, although he's probably lived like 1,000 years, I have no idea about his particular history. But in general speaking, if he is a god compared to us, he's supposed to see and know so many things, and he is seeing. You can see in some scenes that he can see through people, he can read people, he knows things. So how can he not predict and not know, you know, who is worth keeping alive and who is worth not keeping alive? Because at the end of the superhero, I mean, of the Supergirl episode, he thought that actually it was a pretty good idea to kill off Supergirl and the Flash, two of the heroes that can really make a difference in terms of powers and determination and overall quality of character. So he thought that that's a pretty good idea, and Oliver, that is a mere mortal man, had to explain to him that this is not a good idea. And that just doesn't make any sense. Because in all of these shows, American shows, cinema, whatever, gods or godlike beings are always presented this so stupid, which is just logically impossible. The very fact that there are gods and somehow lived in they're existing in much higher way than us automatically gives you the knowledge that they are at more advanced in every freaking way. So they would know, they will have this experience, they will have this, perceive way. I mean, they have this perception and just knowledge, just basic logic, like basic logic, of course, but like beyond even our reasoning. They will know that this is a bad freaking idea. Everybody will tell that this is a bad freaking idea. There's common sense, how can you kill off the two of the best superheroes, that can really make a difference, because his whole idea was that this very, very big threat that is even more powerful than him, but of course something has to be always more powerful than the most powerful. That we just got the guy that's supposed to be super powerful now, but one guy that is more powerful than I is coming. Crisis is imminent. Ugh. Like, okay, Mr. Monitor. Are you a LCD monitor? Are you like a LED monitor? I'm just kidding. But my point is that it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous how these gods beings are always so like so low, so downgraded. They're made to be so stupid, just does not understand basic things in life. Like, okay, he had pretty amazing idea of who is Supergirl, who is the Flash, and this is just battling how does this doesn't make any sense. And he gave this book of destiny to a crazy guy, like potentially evil with so many flaws, that just tilts to the negative side. It just tilts to that. And he's supposed to be like the good guy here, and he gives the book to somebody that's evil. Not only evil but crazy evil, which is well, a recipe for a disaster, which it was. Everything was a disaster. So although this whole 3 episodes crossover, whatever, it was very freaking interesting, and it got as a feeling very close to the animations, the old DC animations. I mean, I felt that I'm watching superhero shows, DC. Okay, that's cool and all, but there's so many unlogical things that you just feel that, again, they're playing with your intelligence. They're like supposing that the viewer is some kind of a complete freaking idiot, because the comic books that people read through the years, they're so sophisticated writing, you could say. Sometimes the stories, the concepts, how deep they are, everything is just a lot more advanced that people that do not read comic books and people that do not are not familiar with these characters even can scratch the surface of it. And DC, let's say, takes all of that and just turns it into this ridiculous kids like perceived shows. They just give us the crumbs of what it could be. It's very superficial. Everything's very superficial in terms of storytelling. So that's the problem. So they give us something good as a feeling, but then in terms of logic, it's just ridiculous. It's like took all the logic, sprinkle like cheesiness, sprinkle like emotion that we're supposed to be buying into, and all of that. Uh, but anyway, so I just want to wrap this guy up and continue with the rest of the characters. So this guy, I really like him overall, but this presentation of godlike beings should stop to be that stupid because it just doesn't make any sense. Why are they even godlike beings in the first place, you know? Stupid. Okay, never mind. Um, okay, forget about this guy. So now, if I have to give back, I mean, have to get back to the Flash because I really have to. Let's see what's left here that I missed. I mean, there's a lot of things that I prepared, so don't worry. Just have to find them. I'm gonna get to your comments, of course. Ah, Lois. Okay, since I've picked up this picture here, I have to say that oh, I see your comments blockage. Okay, I'm gonna get to that. Uh, well, Giovanni, I would say that the actress that we have now, you know, I really love Melissa Benoist. She's just perfect. She presents all the best qualities in Supergirl. She looks perfect. She plays perfect. It's just the script and everything is bad, but she is amazing. So I cannot, um, you know, perceive anybody in the role at the moment. I really can't, to be honest with you. I can't think of any actress that will be better than her in this role. I think that she would really shine if there was really good script and everything. And she has the acting chops to perform whatever we throw at her. It's just that she's in that half quality show right now. So I just want to say a brief thing about Superman here and Lois. Although this picture is really nice, this is the ugliest Lois in the universe. She really is. I couldn't believe when I saw her. I mean, maybe they tried to pick an actress that kind of resembles the original actress from this, you know, the original Superman movies, you know. But she's so freaking ugly. I'm sorry. I don't want to, you know, speak like that, but she really is. I just couldn't believe how ugly she is, really. So I don't know what, and I mean, what the heck they're thinking. I'm just baffled by that. And yeah, she's terrible Lois as well. Oh, terrible Lois. Okay. Well, getting to your comments, I don't want to interrupt my thought. It's really flowing right now, but since I have the pictures, they're gonna help me think about what I forgot to say. Yeah, I understand blockage. Hmm. Superman, as well as a character here, is not presented very well. Superman is always not well presented. He's always as a character has to suffer in the way that they're presenting him on screen. It's just he was weak. He was weak. He was like clueless what to do. It's like he doesn't have any experience being a superhero. Supergirl and Flash and Arrow has ton of more experience than him. Than you know, they always know what to do, but he doesn't. He's like, guys. I mean, not exactly, but just sitting like this and just like confused, you know. Not Superman, Supergirl and Flash was like, we have to go around and spin around the universe, the Earth, so we can slow down time. And he's like, well, I saw in the book that you're gonna die. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna do it anyway. So they just go, and he's like, it's like, my cousin could be dead in like a few seconds. Ridiculous, ridiculous. And they're so easy to just take this decision, you know. Well, that's another thing. I mean, they kind of believe that everything is gonna be okay. Hmm. Ah, hi to Guy. Yeah, thank you very much. So, okay, let's continue down. I'm very happy, really happy that I prepared so many pictures. I hope I don't forget something. Ah, yes, this thing, this disaster. Okay, so Stephen Amell as the Flash was well, he was what's supposed to be. I mean, he was Green Arrow trapped in the Flash, not body, but with the Flash's powers, so to speak. That whole thing that they said that this is a body swap, it never was a body swap. They didn't change bodies, they just changed powers and how they felt their bodies. So that's not a body swap in any kind of a way. So that was stupid. Now, I talked about this costume before. This, guys, without a doubt, is the worst costume in history. It's the worst, okay? And of course, the original Flash that we see here, his costume is also the worst costume in history. But I don't know, the new one is kind of even worse than that. It's just the ugliest design ever. Yeah, like super cheap cloth. Super cheap. It's cloth. It's not leather. That's like some parts are leather, some parts aren't. It doesn't have any shaping like padding under it. Not that it has to have always, but just something has to, contour the physique better. Second, Stephen Amell is just very blocky. He has one of the worst male genetics in terms of body that I've ever seen in my life. He's just very blocky. He doesn't have this, triangle figure that the guys must have. That's not of his fault, but he just really looks terrible in the costume, and the costume, the way it's made, does not complement anything. Anything. It's terrible. I can't believe who is the designer of this. The previous costumes were way better. Way, way better. There's even one that was completely made out of rubber that was kind of like a concept that they were testing. I've seen pictures of that on the internet. And it looked way freaking better. I was like, I hope that this is the costume because it actually looks like a legitimate Flash superhero costume, but that never happened. That never appeared on screen. So I'm very sad about that. And he just really awkward in the costume. It's like like I forget the word for that in English, but like a sausage, like a sausage or like a red condom, just put on his body. You can laugh if you like, yeah. And the old Flash, somebody said that this is the original Flash costumes from the 90s TV series. It is not. I can show you the original costume. This resembles it, but it definitely is not. There's very big differences. He doesn't really have traps. His abs are just like drawn, really flat. His chest really looks bad, so I'm gonna show you the original costume that the original actor wore. Just let me check, of course, where that picture is. Okay, Superman Slater. Yeah. The monitor, yes. I just keep them around in case I need them again. Aha! Okay, so this is the original Flash and the original Flash costume. As you can see, it's totally freaking different. It really is. I mean, I can, of course, make a comparison of that. Okay. Just to place one above the other. Okay, guys, so as you can see, it mimics, the logo. It mimics how the whole mask is, but yeah, it mimics it pretty well. But the muscles are totally different. The chest is totally different. The abs are totally different, as you can see, like totally freaking different. They made this from scratch. I'm pretty sure that they made a new custom from scratch. Just try to copy the original one. The original one, for what it was at the time, was pretty cool, and at least it showed that he had some kind of a physique. Damn it, at least looked pretty like atomically correct as far as that is possible, Hot dog, yeah. Hot dog is a pretty good, comparison again. So, this is the same guy when he was young, and this is when, well, now he's pretty older, but I always loved that costume. It could be made the same now, just enhanced, like with leather or something. It's gonna look pretty awesome. Just as long as it mimics a real physique, it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so next thing. Okay. Ah, okay, Batwoman. Poor guy. Well, as always, guys, I have to be honest. And as somebody that is a designer, so somebody that draws and paints since I was a very little girl, that means I know anatomy well enough. Somebody that works out and appreciates physique and understands about proportions, muscle bellies, how things shape on the body, how it's more aesthetic, how it should look like if somebody has good genes. And I don't know if I said that I'm a superhero fan. So everything in that, everything combined with that, I have to say what I have to say because I see it. This is a disgrace for how a superhero should look like. It is. So if Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell doesn't have, I mean, they don't have the bodies that they should have. Grant Gustin is very slim, which the Flash never was. The Flash never was as slim as Spider-Man, like a bag of bones with some muscles on it. But okay, he's not very muscular. He could train to gain that, but he never does. He says like, well, I can gain weight. I watch his interviews. He can, everybody can. He just has to be more consistent with that. Well, at least he is lean enough, so he has abs and all of that. That's good, okay? And he has broader shoulders, a smaller waist, and he's taller than Stephen Amell, so he overall looks better, and he even looked better, I think, in that Arrow, costume better than Stephen Amell, definitely, I think. And his face really looks good with the mask and the hood. So I really love to see him